The Home Atlas. Understand the house you actually own. You're looking at 2 roof quotes, and one of them feels like a whole extra car in the driveway. Asphalt is cheaper. Metal sounds permanent. The roofer says both can be good. So the real question is not which roof wins on a brochure. The question is, which roof solves your actual problem? By the end, you will know when asphalt is the smart default, when metal earns its premium, and what to ask before you sign anything. You do not need to panic. You need to match the roof to the life you are actually living in this house. Here is the straight answer. Asphalt usually solves the first bill. Metal tries to solve the second roof. That is the first dinner table line. Asphalt shingles are the familiar lower entry roof on a lot of American houses. Metal can last much longer, but only if the product, coating, fasteners, installer, and details match the promise. So do not start with the material. Start with your timeline. If this is a 5-year house, the math is different from a forever house. Let's talk lifespan without pretending your roof owns a calendar. A broad asphalt guideline is around 20 years, give or take. That is a planning number, not a promise. Sun, heat swings, granule loss, bad airflow, tree debris, storms, and installation can move it a lot. Quality metal roofing is often described as a 50-plus year roof. That can be true, but the word metal hides steel, aluminum, panel style, paint system, exposed screws, hidden clips, and installer skill. A roof does not age in years only. It ages in heat, water, fasteners, and mistakes. Now the money. Current public cost guides put asphalt shingles roughly in the $3 to $5 per square foot lane and metal roughly in the $5 to $16 lane. Treat those as guide rails, not a quote. Your roof shape, tear-off, decking, local labor, ventilation, permits, and access can move the number. And resale does not magically pay the metal premium back. Some buyers like it. Some appraisals notice. But the strongest metal argument is not a resale trick. It is avoiding another re-roof later. So make the first fork boring. Are you likely to sell soon? Or are you trying to stay through another roof cycle? If selling soon is real, asphalt often makes more sense. It gives the buyer a normal, understandable roof, without forcing you to prepay decades you may never use. If this is the house you want to keep, metal gets more interesting. Especially if your local bids are close enough that the premium is painful but not wild. Asphalt protects cash today. Metal asks whether you want to buy your future self out of one more replacement. That is the second line. What they don't tell you is that metal is not one product. Standing seam means raised, locked seams with hidden fasteners. Exposed fastener metal means visible screws with small rubber washers. Stone-coated metal looks more like shingles or tiles. Those are different roofs. Exposed fasteners can need attention as washers age or screws back out. Standing seam usually costs more and needs a crew that actually installs it every week. A bad metal installer can turn an expensive upgrade into an expensive lesson. Ask for the exact system, not the word metal. Then ask what happens to the old roof. Some metal systems can sometimes go over an existing roof, but that is not a magic permission slip. A recover means new roofing goes over old roofing. A tear-off means the old roof comes off first. Model code allows some recover situations and blocks others, especially where the roof is water-soaked, deteriorated, or already has too many layers. Your local code, deck condition, and manufacturer instructions decide. The cheap-looking option is not cheap if it traps a bad roof underneath. Heat is another place where brochure language gets sloppy. Metal is not automatically cooler. Reflectance means sunlight bounced away. Emittance means heat released back out. A factory-coated, light, or cool-colored metal roof can perform well. A dark roof of any material can run hotter. Unpainted metal can reflect sun but still be a poor heat emitter. The roof material matters, but attic insulation and ventilation still do real work. A cool roof sticker does not fix a hot attic with blocked airflow. Weather is where the answer gets local. Hail can knock granules off asphalt. Hail can dent metal. IBHS treats many metal dents as cosmetic unless the profile or damage mode compromises function. But cosmetic still matters if you care what the roof looks like. Wind is a system question. Asphalt depends partly on sealed tabs, and those seals can weaken with age. Metal is mechanically fastened, but if panels fail, a lot of roof deck can be exposed at once. Fire ratings are tested ratings, not vibes. Many fiberglass asphalt shingles carry Class A fire ratings, and some metal assemblies do too. Insurance and local rules can quietly change the decision. Some insurers give credits for impact-resistant roofing, and the Texas Insurance Department lists shingles and formed metal panels among roof coverings that can qualify. But the discount is company by company. Get it in writing before you spend around it. Roof age rules are local too. Florida has a specific roof age and useful life inspection law, but that is not a national rule. Your insurer, state, HOA, wildfire zone, coastal rules, and neighborhood covenants can matter more than a general YouTube answer. Solar changes the math. If you plan to add panels, do not put a 25-year solar system over a roof you already know is near the end of its useful life. That can mean paying to remove and reinstall panels later. Standing seam metal can be friendly to solar because clamps may attach without roof penetrations. Asphalt works too, and solar installers handle it every day, but it usually needs flashed penetrations. If solar is in the next few years, solve roof timing before you solve panel layout. Now, read the warranty like a rule book, not a comfort blanket. Lifetime does not mean your exact roof will perform perfectly for your lifetime. Shingle warranties can have non-prorated periods, later reductions, transfer rules, required accessories, and installation conditions. Metal warranties also depend on finish, material, corrosion terms, and installer coverage. The question is not, how big is the word on the brochure? The question is, what has to be true for this warranty to help me? Here is the comparison I would actually make before signing. Get asphalt and metal bids for the same roof, not two different scopes wearing different outfits. Ask for tear off or recover. Ask for decking unit prices. Ask for underlayment, flashing, ventilation, permits, disposal, and warranty terms. Ask whether the metal quote is standing seam, exposed fastener, or another profile. Ask your insurer whether the exact product earns a written credit. If one quote cannot answer those questions, it is not cheaper yet. It is incomplete. Is this a Call a Pro job? If you have active leaks, sagging areas, loose panels, broad missing shingles, soft decking, or storm damage you can see safely from the ground, call a qualified roofer or inspector. Do not climb around to prove a point. If the roof is dry, and you are only choosing material for a planned replacement, this is a watch it and bid it job. Get the house facts first. Age band, visible condition, attic airflow, local rules, and comparable bids. A roof choice gets clearer when the house stops being a mystery. So the answer is not metal good, asphalt bad. Asphalt is the default for a reason. Lower upfront cost, familiar installers, easier repairs, and a normal resale story. Metal earns a look when you plan to keep the house, want to avoid a future re-roof, have solar plans, deal with certain hazards, or simply value the longer life system enough to pay early. Asphalt solves the first bill. Metal solves the second roof. That is the real decision. And before either quote visit, know your roof's age band and condition story. The better your roof number is, the harder it is to get sold somebody else's answer.